We have a lot of questions. We have a few questions that came in early before submissions of music, which was pretty cool, which was really cool. So I love that. I love that. He said, is maybe an answer? Oh, yes, maybe is most definitely an answer because, as you know, everything is not just black and white. So maybe is most definitely an answer. But before we go into that, we're going to go into a submission from Javier Gordon. This song right here is called Against My Odds. Javier has a really interesting story. I don't want to mess the story up, but I know it had to do with like pursuing college and like I don't want to say dropping out of college to do music, but it was something very impactful. I don't want to mess up the brother's story, but the brother's no newcomer to submitting to the show. I was gonna say the record label because I've been getting submissions. What? I can't tell y'all the submissions I've been getting, and some of them is crazy. Some of the proposals, Lord have mercy. But on another note, let's go into this one real quick. We warming up the set, getting all the wheels and everything worked out. Naima B, consultant, shout out to you. All right, so we're gonna go into Javier Gordon, Against My Soul. Against My Soul. That sounds very powerful. Let's check that out, and we're going to keep the set going. If you want to submit a record, you can submit right there. If you want to submit a question, you can submit a question. And I'm going to put the number on the screen right there. The number is right there, that 917 number. If you want to text a question, or even if you want to happen to call in, we can make that happen. All right, let's check this out. Against My Soul. This is the first song of the night. We setting it off, y'all. Check it out.
A&R Desk with Spud Brooklyn. I can see you in my dreams, and to be without you feels like treason against my soul. Treason against my soul. Against my soul. Treason against my soul. 'Cause I can see you in my dreams, and to be without you feels like treason against my soul. Treason against my soul. Against my soul. Cruising these streets thinking about you all the time. So many girls, but you alone on my mind. Can't buy you everything you like, but you don't have to buy my love, my darling. Know you having a hard time, so figure it out with me, my darling. When you look at me with those eyes, I ain't going nowhere, my darling. I can see you in my dreams, and to be without you feels like treason against my soul. Treason against my soul. Against my soul. Treason against my soul. 'Cause I can see you in my dreams, and to be without you feels like treason against my soul. Treason against my soul. Against my soul. Baby. Baby, without you I don't feel complete. If you don't want for me, I need you, baby. Without you I don't feel complete. 'Cause you're the one for me, baby. You're the one for me. I can see you in my dreams, without you feels like treason against my soul. Treason against my soul. Against my soul. Treason against my soul. 'Cause I can see you in my dreams, and to be without you feels like treason against my soul. Treason against my soul. Against my soul. Against my soul.
That right there was Javier Gooden with Against My Soul. The boy rap, he sings, he do a lot of things. If you're just jumping on right now, Today we are taking submissions with your business or A&R question, but I'm also going to be questioning the chat. And my first question for the night. I don't even want to lead the witness, but the first question of the night that I'm asking the chat is, before we go into the next one, is DSPs. Do DSPs pay out directly to the artist? See if y'all got the answer to that one. Alright, y'all. We're gonna go into Infinity Power Remix. This was submitted by Siki First Management, the collective. I don't know what artist this is. Yo, X Music was good. I don't know what artist this is, but we're gonna check this out real quick. And the question that I'm asking y'all, Focus Films, what's up, family? Is does DSP, and don't go Googling shit, y'all. Don't go cheating and go checking out the answers. But does DSPs pay out to the artist? Let's check this out, y'all. This is Infinity Power Remix.
Bucket behind, came up from behind, and I said this bucket is mine. I never had a bucket, so that was my bucket to find. We bucking packs and slaying tracks, realize the power divine.
Power. Realize your power. Finding out my style. Finding out my style. Power. Realize your power. Finding out my style. Finding out my style.
Holy Prophet HP, that's the hip hop. Add the 1 and the 0 and then you pop lock. We found the music, change the rhythm when you beatbox. Make a new sound, however the story's still about street rocks. We are the pebbles from the rubble that you played in. Putting the pieces together like it's a Frankenstein. Everybody in poverty, city children need sovereignty from the sickness of media, social central kind. Powers was mad that hip hop put us on the map. Black president, now we gotta clap back. They said poison all the minds of the little ones. Revoke the care from the mamas, give them to criminals. So many child care cases corrupt the minds of the babies. See, they were tired, decided to let the TV raise me. Take the yin and the yang, I talk slick and I bang. I get the cake, everything is at stake, we eating good.
Power. Realize your power. Finding out my style. Finding out my style. Power. Realize your power. Finding out my style. Finding out my style.
Instant gratification is the problem with technology, but technology seems to be the way to change society. Propriety would be not to question higher authority. Conformity can KMA. I'm a minority, not seen in the majority. I like it like that. 1% of the 1% that walk with God on a path. No middleman, I got the main line. Direct contact, a minor incision that could lead to taking your last breath. Grown through the mud like a lotus. I was cool when no one noticed, and then the petals bloomed. I could never shake they focus, I shook mine. Lessons that took time, gradual elevations got me out of my confines. I found my power. Now I wanna see the beast. Hold on, giving them hell, I mean lyrically. Cause when you're down, there's only up, I use them interchangeably. You see a sphere, it's still a sphere here when you flip it, see?
Power. Realize your power. Finding out my style. Finding out my style. Power. Realize your power. Finding out my style. Finding out my style.
The A&R Desk.
Eternity, living by street code, creating harmony. Take the notes, lead the pen. What's in your hand? Adam Clayton. That
Power. Realize your power. Finding out my style. Finding out my style.
That right there was the Infinity Power Remix. I believe by WP. I'm not too sure. But that was submitted by the SYFM camp. Shout out to them for the submission on that. So the question that I posed to everybody on the chat is, does streams pay out to the artist? Is this true or false? I see no one took a stab at that one, huh? But is it true or false? Does streams pay out to the artist? That is a question that I'm posing to y'all. Because today's going to be interactive. Today, not only are you going to be asking me questions, but I'm going to be asking y'all questions. So that question still remains, but we're going to keep the set going. This is Pouring Rain. Shout out to the MJ Presents. And shout out to Tony Bosco. This is a new drop right here called what is it? Concrete Success? What is it? What is it again, Miss J? Miss J, you on right here. Get your blast on. Get your blast on. But this is Pouring Rain featuring Mr. Servon and my boo. The artist is Tony Bosco. And I'm going to check the chat on that and we're going to get to that question. Does streams pay out to the artist? That's the question.
This is the A&R Desk with Spot Brooklyn.
I seen it all before. Had to go out and get it cause I need it all. Can't lose again, I'm trying to win it all. Too many nights outside hustling and the sky is falling, can't let it cave in on me. My heart is bigger than a lion's beak. Let the clouds open up and shine down on me, yeah. Sun is shining through all this pouring rain. Many times before but we get back up again.
Late night, cold pipe ride around my city. Every day a funeral, I guess the devil's busy. Block was a gold mine, I hope God can forgive me. Had to change up my end goal, so I changed within me. Desert eagle to my temple, it was never simple. They shoot one, we clap back, it becomes a ripple. The world's crying out loud, we need more than tissue. Where my heart was found, I start carrying pistols. When I look at my father's eyes, I can tell he proud. Cause when it comes to blue paper, boy, I chased it down. Middle of the street with crack vows and hollow round. Then I look back on my life, no cap and gown. Nothing but killers round me. Now I'm on a different page of life and God crowned me. Now it's festivals, loudspeakers and angels round me. Some try to stop my motion but can't drown me because he walks with me.
Yeah, I seen it all before. Had to go out and get it cause I need it all. Can't lose again, I'm trying to win it all. Too many nights outside hustling and the sky is falling, can't let it give in on me. My heart is bigger than the lion's beak. Let the clouds open up and shine down on me. The sky is falling through all this pouring rain. Every time we fall, we get back up again. Many times I thought we wouldn't make it through the ringer. In the pantry ain't enough to make it through the winter. All I had was a little oil and bread. I closed my eyes to watch him provide again. Heavenly Father, I am a sinner, but I don't wanna leave behind my broken sisters. To a broken system where they become a victim. I give my prayers, I know that you can hear them. I know that you can hear them.
Bust my first rap in my homie's car. They told me shut up, you'll never be a rap star. You a hustler, take this coke and go get some customers. Phony motherfuckers, A1 niggas for you, man, motherfuck 'em, let's go. My first love broke up with me because I rapped the LL song. Now she my biggest fan and her husband my biggest stan. My life felt like all it ever did was rain. But my bro told me that's just God washing away the pain, except change. When they killed Red, Ken and Darrell, I knew I was destined for a jail cell, damn. Then Pete put that tank around my neck, and I swore to God on that day I'd die for my respect and make them respect my southern dialect. Got put out the Navy for selling coke. Rap bitch that told on me, steal money on your pussy ass stroke. God, I pray hard to get this revenge out my heart, but I'm sorry, Lord, I'm a soldier at war and a hurt lion in the dark, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I seen it all before. Had to go out and get it cause I need it all. Can't lose again, I'm trying to win it all. Too many nights outside hustling and the sky is falling, can't let it give in on me. My heart is bigger than the lion's beak. Let the clouds open up and shine down on me. And the sky is falling through all this pouring rain. Every time we fall, we get back up again.
Shout out to MJ Presents. Miss Jackson was the mastermind behind that record right there. She was the mastermind. She got a lot of flack for that record. I was there firsthand. She got a lot of flack for that record. A lot of people were like, nah, that ain't the one. And it worked out. It worked out. So if you got someone in your corner that's pushing for you, that's not against you, you might want to take heed to what they saying, especially if they do this. It might not be according to what you might feel or your vision, but take heed. There might be a middle point to make it work. But let's go back into that question. The question that I posed to the chat was, the streams pay out to the artist? And it seems like everybody was on the same wavelengths. They said false. Tino said false to the label first. Miss Jackson said false. Golden 562 said they claim they do. Yeah, they claim they do, but they don't. That is most definitely a false. Everybody who said it was false is correct. It is false. Streams pay out to your label or distributor. This is why it's good to make sure you have great splits with your distribution, because they might not be telling you exactly how much you're getting. They tell you one thing, but they might be doing another thing. But it pays out to the label, the distributor, and in special occasions, the publisher. And that's another question I'm going to ask to people shortly. But we're going to go into another track. This is Hustle Up. This is Golden 562. This is on the BBTS, big bougie type shit. Yeah, you could curse on here. And this is featuring, I believe it's Audrey Bay B. I like how to play on the Bay, because I bet you she rapping the Bay. I love to play on that. But let's check this out. This is Hustle Up. If you ain't hear the project yet, you need to hurry up and do so, because she be big stepping and she might big step on you. Check this out, y'all.
Fuck it up, bitch, gon' fuck it up. Act bad, have supplies, run it up. If you bout your money, gon' count it up. If you ain't got it, bitch, gon' hustle up. Fuck it up, bitch, gon' fuck it up. Act bad, have supplies, run it up. If you bout your money, gon' count it up. If you ain't got it, bitch, gon' hustle up. Got a bad bitch in me, got a bad bitch with me. Always done the fuck up, always looking real pretty. Bitches stay in they lane, cause they know I got it with me. I don't gotta run gang, get your nigga home with me. I've been running through your city, call it conquest. Ain't nobody fucking like me, ain't no contest. Wanna see me do it right, here's the context. They be talking, but don't ever put it to the test. I'ma rub it in his face, cause he like that. He gon' eat it like it's cake and be right back. I don't gotta play it safe, cause he like that. Make him wanna sign a kitty, cause he piped that.
Gon' fuck it up, bitch, gon' run it up. Boss moves only, we the first runners up. Stay stepping on it next, really don't give a fuck. You ain't a four-leaf core, bitch, you ran out of luck. Bitch.
A broke bitch wouldn't understand shit. Out here waiting for a nigga or a tip. You can get it on your own type shit. I done got it out the mud times 10.
I'ma count that shit up, then I'ma add that shit up. Keep on gassing it up, shake that ass and it's up. Better back your shit up, cause I thrash your shit up. Ain't no passing us up, cause our hustle is up.
Fuck it up, bitch, gon' fuck it up. Act bad, have some class, run it up. If you bout your money, gon' count it up. If you ain't got it, bitch, gon' hustle up. Fuck it up, bitch, gon' fuck it up. Act bad, have some class, run it up. If you bout your money, gon' count it up. If you ain't got it, bitch, gon' hustle up.
Bitches better come record, bitch, don't come at all. We stay stacking paper, yeah, we want it all. When shit hit the fan, who you finna call? All my niggas gon' pull up and they gon' risk it all. All these bitches bumping guns make it make sense. Bitches claim to be the best, but that don't make sense. These bitches claiming rich, but that's a fake flex. Baby scamming people's banks with them fake checks.
Me and Adrian pulling up, finna make it hot. Blazing through your fucking city, we gon' take the shot. Rolling fast in the lane, we ain't gotta stop. All black with the cash, reaching for the top.
Count that shit up, then I'ma add that shit up. Keep on gassing it up, shake that ass and it's up. Better back your shit up, cause I thrash your shit up. Ain't no passing us up, cause our hustle is up.
Fuck it up, bitch, gon' fuck it up. Act bad, have some class, run it up. If you bout your money, gon' count it up. If you ain't got it, bitch, gon' hustle up. Fuck it up, bitch, gon' fuck it up. Act bad, have some class, run it up. If you bout your money, gon' count it up. If you ain't got it, bitch, gon' hustle up.
Shout out to Golden 562, Long Beach's own. If you ain't hear the album, check the album out right now. Wherever wherever you paying your streaming platforms, or if you want to buy an album, wherever you can find some music, check it out. Check it out. Shout out to Israel. I see you, family. If you missed this Monday, we got to sit down with Israel and chop it up. It was super dope. The full interview is online. All right, we're going to keep the set going. I do have some questions in the email, but I'm going to pose another question to the chat. If you're just jumping on right now, this is, you can submit your record right there to thedesk@sportbrooklyn.com. We're going to play it. We're going to vibe to it. You can send that with your business or A&R question. So if you got a question or something that you're interested in it, you can have it. We're going to answer it live on the air. But at the same time, I'm going to be asking the chat some questions. You know what I'm saying? Because we build this platform to build for the creatives, and that's what we're going to do. So my next question before going to the next song, right? And let me cue up the next song. The next song is Thomas English. And this song right here is called Good Times. This is Thomas English, Good Times. That's what we're going to be playing next. But before we go into that, the question I'm posing to the chat is having a publisher the same as a publishing deal? All right, I'm going to repeat that. Is having a publisher the same as having a publishing deal? All right, y'all, let's check this out. This is Thomas English, Good Times, and we're going to keep this set going, y'all. So let's check this out. Yo, Israel, that was Golden 562. Hustle.
English. Feel good, don't it? But don't you agree? Feel so good when you loving on me and touching on me and rubbing on me and taking everything to the nth degree. The chemistry and synergy affecting your memory. But after a short while comes back eventually. Tempting why? Sex and car, relaxing ya. Voila, ooh la la, ah. Pressure rug by the fire. Month of September, baby, don't you remember? I'm tryna jog it, not tryna clog it. Now go and pull something sexy out the closet. Like a pilot, I stay fly for you. And like a stewardess, you was high with the service. Nothing accidental, all on purpose. Wasn't on no shot-ish, girl, you wasn't nervous.
I almost can't remember how good.
Yo, Israel, I'm gonna play the video for you next to that song I've been playing.
Sometimes you remind me just how good it feels. Good it feels.
Reminiscing on them good times, we didn't spend a penny. Well, on a hot day in Florida, I had it more than many. Like John Amos, don't get the experience how we live. Blazing the J, taking the Jimmy, walk around the crib, there it is. No kids, it's all good, no buffalo wings, but grabbing your butt like I should. Like Esther on the road, kicking it like a punter. Not playing the field like him doing it, I'm the under. My sweet baby, and I'm a sweet daddy, rubbing on my bald head like Alderman Davis. And like Ben, between us I love as superpowers. And she called me by my name, not Philip Michael, but Thomas English. You know how it go down, Julio, buzz like Ned DeWino. Old school sitcom, 1974, had you litty like Dynamite. I know.
I almost can't remember how good it feels.
Bringing A&R right to your phone.
Sometimes you remind me just how good it feels. Good it feels. I know.
I had to tap into that memory back one time, you know what I'm saying? Trying to I get it and remember. Gotta knock that off. You know, just getting it in. You and me and you. Yeah. You know how we do it. Feel good, huh? Hey.
And I almost can't remember how good it feels.
Show studio.
Good it
We get busy.
feels. Sometimes you remind me just how good it feels. Good it feels. And I almost can't remember how good it feels. Good it feels. Sometimes you remind me just how good it feels. Good it feels. I know.
All right, y'all. That right there was Thomas English with Good Times. I never heard that one right there. I never heard that one right there. So to the question, is having a publisher the same as having a publishing deal? And everybody, a round of applause to everybody who said no, because you were correct. It is not the same. It is not the same. And I'm gonna give a quick. It gets very instrumental and technical, but I'm gonna give you a quick breakdown to that. Right? Having a publisher is someone who represents the copyright. Now you might want to ask yourself, and I might be sending out invoices by the night, right? But having a publisher represents the copyright. And why would you want someone to represent your copyright? Because a lot of companies will not talk to the artist. They don't want to talk to us. You know why? Because we bug the fuck out. But that's okay. That's what makes us our genius, right? But they represent the copyright. That's why it's important to have a publisher. Because a lot of companies, especially when it comes time to do something that pertains to your publishing, they don't want to talk to you. They want to talk to someone who just has the rights to it because they know artists get too creative. Now, a publishing deal is a company or a brand or an establishment who pays you a particular amount, whether it's per record or stipend or whatever it is, to produce a certain amount of records. And then you can negotiate how much you make if the records get picked up for further. So it gets technical on what that stipulation may vary, but it is a different. So I was going to share that, but I do have some questions in the chat, in the email. So I'm going to most definitely get to those and not just my questions. But my questions are going to keep coming to y'all because I got to keep y'all on your toes. That's what we do here on the A&R Desk. We bring A&R right to your phone. And we try to create a platform where we could build and most definitely keep the art together. But I was just excited. My man Israel, who's a fellow MC, and I got to sit down with him. He was like, yo, what's that beat playing? No one really asked what that beat playing is, and most people who know what the beat is won't ask. But I'm gonna play the video for old time's sakes. Cue up the next question from Tino. Tino got a question. Then we're gonna go into X Music's record, and he also got a question. So let's go into this. This is Unsigned by yours truly. This is one of my favorite records. And I broke a lot of rules. I broke a lot of rules to make this record because I shot it in I took footage from the record labels. So check this out, y'all. This is Unsigned.
Who's y'all talking about? You name one of them that put their own dough up. A boss, you're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours.
I'm cashing royalty checks and I ain't signed though. Hit a few radio sets without a high note. But this what I know, turn fold to 9 more. From Denimora to Rolex, my time rolled. They said my grind was old. I came home at 28, broke, my mind was on. To find a job, nope, so my job was find my own. And what my PO ain't know, every night I'm off, that's what I counted on. I said music could pay my bills, they laughed at me. And when I bring it back up, they wanna laugh with me. Like I'm laughing with them. In the past, I would've put a flash up on them. Go write some raps up on them. Let's keep it real. You frontin' for the rails, I'ma post up. You just gonna post all in your feels. For them likes, you gon' pen whatever's right. Like your story, 24 hours out of my sight. I'm unsigned. We taking flicks in the offices. Sitting in the meeting while recording it. Posted by the logo, then we posting it. And they call us right back, we do it all again. Let's get this straight, you ain't signing a 360, but brag about your stream, Spotify doing you filthy. And you posted it, not knowing what's supposed to get. And expect labels, come and try to offer shit. I'm in them offices, I know what they offering. What you don't often get, I know how to re-offer it. I made deals, turning down deals for artists. And some artist deals I got a portion in. I know the fine print and how a 9 spit. I'm industry in the streets, buds are hybrid. I did my time in. Now my business got billionaires chimed in. They had the game in a chokehold, I Heimlicked. I cleared the way, dog, and I ain't gotta rhyme it. I maneuvered the timing. I made what you recouping. I engineered and looped it. Mixed down, off the grid, produced it. I'm unsigned. We taking flicks in the offices. Sitting in the meeting while recording it. Posted by the logo, then we posting it. And they call us right back. We do it all again.
That right there was Unsigned by yours truly. I can't say unsigned no more because I just signed myself. I just signed myself the other day, right? little humor. But that was unsigned, man. That record, I took it was my slap in the face to the industry. A lot of people might not understand, but you're not allowed to film in the record label. And every time I go to any record label, anywhere I go, I film it. I film it everywhere I go. She said, let's remix this. Ooh, you talking my language. Golden said, let's remix it. Yo, Golden, you know, you SMG, so we just gotta make the call, line that up. That is not a problem. We can most definitely make that happen. And side note, the producer off the grid actually is an executive at Def Jam, which was a double slap in the face of the industry. That was just my thing. And the song, if you look at the YouTube clip, is 222. That's the time, 222. If you know angel numbers, you know. All right, we're gonna go into a question real quick. Tino asked a question, and then we're gonna keep the set going. After that, we're gonna go into X Music joint. And if you know X Music, he's always been delivering a vibe. But Tino's question said, as an A&R, how do you safeguard an artist's mental well-being while guiding them through the industry, often structured around temptation, distractions, and other vices? That right there is loaded, bro. What's going on, Amber? So that's a very loaded question. How do you safeguard? Now, me per se, I'm always thinking about feeding my artists and making sure my artists don't have to face a lot of the things that cause the temptation, right? I'm gonna give a true to life scenario, and I'm not gonna say no names. The true life scenarios. I was working with an individual, and we were both doing the executive thing. you get Dr. Phil. Yeah, you get Dr. Phil. Or you get Dr. Spud Phil, right? But he was finding his way through the music industry, and I was trying to guide him. And when I was guiding him, I was telling him a lot of the stuff to look out for. And there was one particular time that I kind of shouted at him, like, yo, what you just say to me? And he made a reference to the office being a family. And you know, I was with his whole family at the time, and I stopped in the middle. Like, his family just met me. Like, I'm fresh, just meeting them, and I was like, what the fuck you just say? And his family looked like, what? And I was like, yo, bro, don't ever refer to that office like your family, because they don't give a fuck about you, bro. And he couldn't see it. And long story short, he was binded by that same structure. It was kind of like his demise, in a sense. So what I do to safeguard artists is I try to make sure I do a lot of the dealings for them. If I have to bring them around, I'm very I talk a lot about the industry. I share a lot. So I'm always trying to represent the artist, and I'm always on the creative side. But that's me. What I would tell anybody, try to have that balance with somebody who don't just yes you. Like, I don't yes nobody. And the temptations, the distractions, the vices, got superpowers. Like, I can't compete with $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Before I go into X Music's video, just to talk about the temptations, right? I remember, I'm gonna say the name, Aunt Rich. He was the A&R at Jive Records when I first was coming up, and he invited me out. He invited me out to a club, and I kid you no lie, they passed around a tray, and the tray had a mountain of powder, and people were just like serving themselves. I don't know what it was. They were serving themselves, and he looked at me and he was like, yo, Spud, you see those 3 blondes right there, bro? That's you. Do what you want as you want. And I'm sitting there like, I could have easily got lost in that moment that they were inviting me. And to me, I was like, I want some money. I'm looking at him like, yo, I'm about to rob you. Fuck is you? Matter of fact, I'm gonna take that tray, take that to the block, empty your pockets out like your watch. Like, I was hungry, but I seen people who were being introduced into that space with me that just went in it. They were enjoying the moment, and they were laughing, and they were drinking, and they were doing whatever they wanted to do. Like, it was whatever happens. You know what I'm saying? It was whatever happens. And that's how easy it is, bro. That's how easy it is to get lost in that. I couldn't. I was hungry. I had 1 pair of pants, 3 jeans, and I just came off a life sentence in prison. You know, I did 13 years. I just came home. I'm 28 years old. I went in at 15. I don't give a fuck about that white powder and them blonde bitches. It ain't happening. Anyway, this is Balance by X Music. Let's check this out and we get back to the questions. And I got some questions for y'all, so check this out, y'all.
This is
Yo, Coffee, I see you, my dude.
Born in the block where the shadows talk, where the pavement cracks and the echoes walk. Moved to a street with a picket fence, but the vibe stayed raw, never made no sense. The city shiny, but the soul feels cold. The suburbs whisper, fit the mold. Every corner got a different code. From the block to the heights, chasing the lights. Hustle, don't sleep, grind all night. From the dirt to the clean, ain't no in between. The world's off balance, know what I mean? From the block to the heights, chasing the lights. Hustle, don't sleep, grind all night. From the dirt to the clean, ain't no in between. The world's off balance, know what I mean? The hood taught me how to stay on my feet, yeah. The burbs taught me how to fake it discreet. I'm a mix of the grime and the polished street. Got a hustle in my heart that'll never retreat, yeah. Energy's twisted, it's never a line. No matter the skyline, I'm still in the bind. But I'm built to climb, I'm built to grind. Every crack in the system, I'm there to find. From the block to the heights, chasing the lights. Hustle, don't sleep, grind all night. From the dirt to the clean, ain't no in between. The world's off balance, know what I mean? From the block to the heights, chasing the lights. Hustle, don't sleep, grind all night. From the dirt to the clean, ain't no in between. The world's off balance, know what I mean?
Shout out to X Music. He switched it up. I was waiting for the Caribbean vibe. My man is showing versatility. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I see some questions in the chat, and he got a question. I'm gonna answer X Music's question real quick before we keep the set going. The next one, I ain't even gonna say what the next one is. I ain't even gonna say what the next one is, but we're gonna go on. I did get a text and somebody was like, "Damn, Spud, you use a lot of profanity," and I will say, I'm a very articulate individual who could expound on his dialogue. I can. But a curse word sometimes just defines the motherfucking shit you gotta say. So yes, I am a hybrid. I could put on a suit and a hoodie. That is right. I will bust your head off and I know how to write up a lawsuit. Either way, we can make it happen, right? So to the person who just texted me, who I just seen them, they did jump on. I don't know if they still here. Yes, sometimes cursing just defines exactly the feel and the attention that is needed. I don't just do it freely. I do it with great meaning, great sensation, and all that. All right, so I just had to do a disclaimer real quick. Anybody know me? I think I have a good sense of humor. To anybody. But X Music's question was, how do you find the right ads and campaigns to invest in? I've got a good idea about my demographic, but I want to promote from the statistics. That is a very good question. A lot of people don't know the ads and the campaigns they want to invest in. Now, this is where analytics really comes in play. But I will say, despite analytics, when you're dealing with a campaign and the investments for ads, you don't know the reach it would be. So when you're looking at ads, when you're taking out ads, you don't focus an ad for a demographic. I'm going to say that real low again, just in case you don't post an ad focusing on a demographic. You post an ad to grab people who could possibly be the potential demographic. That's what an ad work is for. You put an ad. You think when they put a billboard in Times Square, they know who's walking by? No, they put the billboard to see who it gravitates to build where they can do campaigns to. So when you're thinking about ads, you're not thinking about a demographic. You're thinking about, I want to get this in front of a lot of people. Now, a campaign is something that you already have. You have this thing, whether it's a product, a shirt, a music, and you want to gear it to the people that you assume, hope, and you're trying to market to. So you got to understand the techniques of what you're paying your money for. because you might be paying for something different. Now, when it comes to your campaigns, the key to a campaign, and I'm gonna break it down to y'all real quick. The key to the campaign is focusing on your aim first, right? Don't just get lost in it. 90% of artists, we swear we know our demographics. 90% of us swear we know our demographics because we create with the idea of our demographics in mind. Newsflash. Just because you create with that in mind don't mean that's who it is. Scratch that. So finding out who gravitates to you is very, very instrumental. But if you don't have that, and if you're just looking at blind statistics, which a lot of us are, you want to start gearing it to what you hope and true to who you are in your campaign. Stop just looking at analytics and stop just looking at yourself. You want to blend the two to see where the pendulum switches. But know the difference between ads, campaign, marketing, and promotion. They're all different things, but you do different things. All right, y'all. I'm gonna play another video, and then I'm gonna go back into the chat. I think Amber asked a question earlier, but this one right here is a new release. Shout out to K4. This song right here is called "Don't Worry," featuring Golden 562. Check it out, y'all. This is a bang. I'll be speaking to this.
You don't gotta worry about us. Nigga know what time it is when it comes to me. My nigga, you stay flotchin'. Niggas be buckin', but this shit don't matter to me. I'ma keep going, I stay mobbin'. I'ma be racking and stacking this motherfucking cheese. You don't gotta worry about us. You don't gotta worry about us. You niggas be acting, you niggas ain't savage. Stepping on these niggas, they don't want no static. Taking niggas, bitches niggas want a penny. Ain't got no money, it's a pandemic. Got a little bitch named Sandy. You rockin' with me cause I'm handsome. She hold on my dick and she want it for ransom. Shorty bout to fucking word. Shorty bout to go live. Tryna get her bands up. Oh my god, she a freak. Look at these niggas is stand up. Oh my god, go wild. Fuck with my nigga, we band up. Shorty ass no longer shy. Shorty tryna get her fans up. I'm not him, your ass is. You don't gotta worry about us. Nigga know what time it is when it comes to me. My nigga, you stay flotchin'. Niggas be buckin', but this shit don't matter to me. I'ma keep going, I stay mobbin'. I'ma be racking and stacking this motherfucking cheese. You don't gotta worry about us. You don't gotta worry about us.
I got a big bag for these big dreams, so a lot of niggas can't step to me. Tunnel vision sharp like a red beam, stacking every dollar, fuck a daydream. Cut the noise, I'm in locked in zone. Heavy on the grind, I don't check my phone. Too many snakes, I'm the boss, move along. I don't throw shade cause I'd rather break bones. Walk in, whole room get tight. See they barking loud, but I bet they won't bite. 10 steps ahead, I be moving in the night. Plotting all these plays while they post for the lights. These bitches be wanting the clout. Niggas wanna see what I'm all about. I keep them coming, never been in a drought. I paid the way, now they driving the route. Came from the mud, now the wrist don't glow. Pressure built diamonds and I move like whoa. Ain't gotta flex cause they already know. I'm the one they fear when I'm in that mode. Queen shit, I don't gotta play games. Either way, they gon' know golden name. Scoot them over, they can't stay in my lane. Don't worry cause I'm on bigger things.
You don't gotta worry about us. Nigga know what time it is when it comes to me. My nigga, you stay fly. Niggas be buckin', but this shit don't matter to me. I'ma keep going, I stay mobbin'. I'ma be racking and stacking this motherfucking cheese. You don't gotta worry about us. You don't gotta worry about us. You don't gotta worry about us.
That right there is Don't Worry, K4, featuring Golden 562, SMG in the building. Much love on that one. I love that one right there. So, wrong song. Let's get the vibes right. So Amber asked a pretty dope question in the chat. She asked, if a producer makes something from scratch for you at your request, but you're not fully satisfied with what they created, should they still charge you for making the beat? And in short terms, yes. Unfortunately, yes. And I'm gonna tell you why, yes. If you service them and they didn't make it, they still provided a service. Now, it all depends on the agreement. Some people have, I got 5 edits, or you get 3 revisions. A lot of things should be stipulated in the process of that. I've watched a lot of producers go through 9 to 10 artists making a beat that they were asked to make or asked to produce that weren't fully to their liking, and then they're lost out on the time and the energy. So it goes back down to the agreement but in shorthands questions, I don't know the true ramifications and the stipulations pertaining such creative atmosphere. I'm trying not to curse as much, but Aaron said those who curse got a motherfucking great IQ. But going back to the seriousness of the question, yes, in theory, shorthand, something, maybe some type of partial payment, but again, it all depends on the agreement itself. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Mark Payne, what's good? What's good? I see you. All right, y'all. Ms. Jackson said, could we get a weight of the world? Yes, we can get a weight of the world. But before we go into the weight of the world, we are going into what is next? What is next? Let me see what is next. We got a nobody. Who's nobody? Let's check out nobody. What's nobody? Oh, we got a nobody. This is another Tony Bosco. This is called Nobody. Check this out. And then we might go into that weight of the world. We do have another golden submission. We have a few more submissions to go by. So let's check this out. This is Nobody, Tony Bosco. Keep those questions coming in, and I'm gonna pose a question to y'all as well. Check this out, y'all.
With the family, next morning on the flight and I'm headed out the bound. Used to hit the block with a tool bag and a candy. Never catch Bosco outside in a fan. Just a couple cookies, got them out the pantry. When she looking at me, want me take her out her panties. We take trips, baby, no cap. I'm a bit wavy, whip spacey, interior crazy. Wanna have fun with you without having a baby. Never had a luck streak, had to go crazy. Knocking niggas' heads off, I was a block boss. Had niggas turning backwards like crisscross. We all one, missing a few, a big loss. I'm in a big coupe, cruising through St. Mark. I want whatever you want, long as you do your part. I'm an entrepreneur that rose from the sewer. That's why my wrist blew up when I talk sweet to her. Far from a sucker, I'm a furniture mover. You'll learn something if you just peep what I'm doing. They said, hey boy, how that young boy be moving. New York, Philly, VA, big house from the PJs. Tech stashed in a book bag in a staircase. They said that boy Bosco came a long way. Before I sleep, when I wake up, that boy great.
Ain't nobody like you, baby.
Nobody.
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 That is Nobody right there by Tony Bosco. Tony Bosco. All right, y'all. The question I want to pose to y'all, right? True or false? This is, we've been doing true or false. A&Ring. Your A&R. Is your A&R the person who is actually the creative director of your project? I think this is a good one to pose. Is the A&R the person who's the creative aspect to your project? Whether it is whatever you're doing, is the A&R the one that has that creative aspect to it all? What we're gonna do right now, we're gonna switch the tempo up right now. We got a request, and we take all kinds of vibes here. We take all kinds of vibes, right? So we got an artist named Noah and the Marshalls. We're gonna check this out, right? This song is called Slow Dancing. So we switching up the tempo right now, y'all. But let's check this out. And if I know Miss J, she never surrounds herself with, I don't want to say untalented people. That sounds hard, right? Miss J always finds talent that supersedes the perspectives of many. So let's check this out. This is Noah right here. Let's check this out, y'all.
Another day, just another place. Same old routine.
I seen your face. Without warning, I was stunned by your charm. When you left, girl, you took my heart. I knew you were with another man. Why you chose him, I still don't understand. I went out that night and invited you along. We were slow dancing to a fast song. 8 bars deep, I was falling fast, forgetting about all the love from my past. Every step, every breath, we were swaying along. We were slow dancing to a fast song. We were slow dancing to a fast song. Hand in hand, alone in a crowded room, surrounded by people, it was just us two. I held you close, the band trying to play along. We were slow dancing to a fast song. 8 bars deep, I was falling fast, forgetting about all the love from my past. Every breath, every step, we were swaying along. We were slow dancing to a fast song. We were slow dancing to a fast song. Eight bars deep, I was falling fast, forgetting about all the love from my past. Every breath, every step, we were swaying along. We were slow dancing to a fast song. We were slow dancing to a fast song. We were slow dancing to a fast song. We were slow dancing to a fast song.
Shout out to Noah. I ain't gonna front. I was over here wondering like how the chat was gonna receive that. I don't know how people know how difficult it is to be in a set with a certain type of demographic or sound. Like right now we had a lot of hip hop and R&B vibes going on, and then out of nowhere Noah come out here dancing to a fast song, and the chat was receiving that very well. I mean, good music is good music. Like I didn't understand genre, the idea of genre. It didn't make any sense to me. Genre made no sense to me. It's like music was a feel. If I was feeling a certain way, there was a song that matched it. It wasn't until I got older with the genre thing. But shout out to Noah on that one. I really like that. I really like the vibe on that. I got a question for Noah. The instrumentation on that Country is very popular. It is. You know what? Every music is popular. That's the beautiful thing about music. I don't care what genre it is. There's a demographic for it that loves it, that will cry and be online forever and stand in a crowd while they pissing and shit and just dancing to your joint. Every genre is most definitely dope. But for Noah, my question to Noah is the instrumentation on this music. Is there a band? I know it's Noah and the Marshalls. Is the Marshalls the band playing the instrumentation on that, or is that was like recorded and played? I was just very curious. Curious on that. But going in through the night, shout out to everybody that jumped in. I want to send a big shout out to everybody that's on right now, showing love. If it's your first time on the A&R Desk, this is where we answer A&R questions, we play some music, and I've been posing questions. But going back to the question I posed about your A&R being the creative director to your project, and that was a boomerang question. That was a trick question. Because there's a yes or no. There's no fine line to it. Your A&R is the liaison between you and the creative goal of the brand you're at. So brand or label, that's what the A&R. The A&R is to take your creative ass, because creatives is, we bug the fuck out, right? We take our creative ass, and then there's someone in the middle who just don't want to take business, because business could be bugged out too, right? Business could be bugged out because it's like Mandarin to an artist at times, right? It's like the Charlie Brown, wah, 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 wah. So there's a person in the middle who understands both sides and tries to find some way to weave that in. So that was kind of a boomerang question. I just wanted to introduce the concept of what A&Ring was, because it has taken a different thing. It shouldn't be A&Ring no more. It shouldn't be artists and repertoire. It should be AD, artists and data, right? That's what we have boiled up to. But a true A&R, artists and repertoire. That's why it's artists, right? The creative, and repertoire. What is to be done, the slogan, the mission, the aim, the repertoire. So that's what that really means, A&R, if for those that didn't know. So that was a trick question. But I like how Golden answered that as she talked about Miss Jackson. Alright, we're gonna keep this set going. If you got a business or A&R question, you can put it in the chat. I hope I didn't miss anyone's chat or question in the chat. But we're gonna go back to the emails and check this out. What song is this? Oh, we got a question. We got a nice question in the chat. But before we go to that, we're gonna go into Sunroof. Let's check this out. This one right here is off another MJMG Presents album. This is off the Variations. I'm on that project as well. Had a lot of fun on that. Next, we're gonna go into probably Weight of the World, but right now this is Sunroof. Check this out, y'all, and we're gonna get to that question right after this.
This is the A&R Desk, Westwood, Brooklyn.
Middle finger at the sunroof. Can't nobody tell me what I'm gon' do. I've been looking for the gold mine. Yeah, gotta free yourself before they own you. One time for my niggas on the same grind. Yeah, hope we all make it at the same time. Yeah, it's a long way to go. On three, let's go. Yeah. God's got a plan for you. God put his hands on you. I don't know if it's true, but they telling me this. I know roads paved with gold while I struggle for rent. Got no heat for when it's cold, no AC in the vent. Homie told me charge for the future, you should know what you worth. How you settle for the slot when you the main event? I gotta work for it like the homies back in the falls. I change slopes, never slacking at all. I got a hell of a vernacular, the way I flip verses. I'm a spatula detaching it. Get me stopped and pretending. Don't know half of the measures I had to take. Overtime in the kitchen, home breaks, rapping to myself for the lines that I've written. One take can change the whole dynamic. You thought was damage, used to hate and convert to advantage. Nobody came with a cape to say the day I escaped in a major way. My name's written in stone. I pray it's never too late. I'm at the sunroof. Yeah, can't nobody tell me what I'm gon' do. I've been looking for the gold mine. Yeah, gotta free yourself before they own you. One time for my niggas on the same grind. Yeah, hope we all make it at the same time. Yeah, it's a long way to go. On three, let's go. Yeah, I can slide with you. Take a chance, I'll fly with you. All we needed was luck till we discovered that luck was only a product of our actions. But that said, I can try with you. I ain't a man with a lot of scripts in the court. I meet the quarter by painting pictures. Sometimes it takes a different perspective to give direction, give you pain, cause it teach you a lesson. I've been the same, used to call me a lame for doing this rap thing. Yo, they mad cause they life never supported their dreams. Ain't nothing sweet when you out for the cream. Ironic, I got my head in the clouds while I sleep on the comments. I heard you looking for some peace, I'm hoping you find it. You know I'm trying to get at peace, we don't suffer in silence. We gotta break ourselves free from the chains and the bondage. You say you only keep it G when you keeping it honest. This is God's plan, no Drake first, I'm head first. Can't nobody tell me what I'm gon' do. I've been looking for the gold mine. Yeah, gotta free yourself before they own you. One time for my niggas on the same grind. Yeah, hope we all make it at the same time. Yeah, it's a long way to go. On three, let's go.
1, 2, 3, go.
That right there was off the Variation. Shout out to MJMG on that. I remember when she came to me and said, I'm gonna have one beat and everybody gonna rap on it. I'd be like, yo, Miss J, you bugging. But then I was like, you know what, Miss J? Pull that off. Let's see how you work. Going back to a question, and it's just an elaboration, which was interesting because we brought up A&R. But the question was, can you talk about the job of an artist between the artist A&R relationship, right? And Golden said, I don't like the business stuff. I retired, right? Yes, that was a really great example of A&R on this project right here. Miss Jackson had an idea, and it came to fruition. But I want to strip, you know, the A&Rs that we know, and I want to give it to an industry perspective, so that way we could intensify the idea, right? We know DMX. I'm gonna give possibly 2-3 scenarios. We know DMX, right? DMX, he has a record, you know, stop, drop, shut him down, open up, shop. Oh, like that's one of his biggest records, right? It's called the Rough Riders Anthem, right? It's perfect. It fits the whole vibe. DMX hated that shit. To his death, that man hated that shit. He would not have even recorded on that beat. He couldn't stand it. He said it was trash. It was doo-doo. He hated that. His A&R, who was Swiss Beats at the time, was like, listen, just do that. Talk what you talk on this beat. It's going to translate to who you are to the listener. Now, us as listeners, we would have no clue that man hate that record. Even with its success, he was known to say, man, I can't stand that record. That is A&Ring. Taking the artist's creativity, translating and packaging it in a way that the artist could deliver it to its fan base, that it could recognize who he is in the representation, even sometimes when the artists don't like it. Now we could take another one like Biggie. Biggie did not like the song Juicy Fruit. It was a sample. He didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? He hated it. He couldn't stand it. He couldn't stand it at all. Even at the time of the video shoot, he was contemplating like, I ain't doing this shit. He wanted his first single to be Machine Gun Funk. Excuse me. He wanted his album to be called Teflon Don. Forget Ready to Die, right? Puff, who was A&R him, said, listen, check this out, man. This record is going to also amplify you. It's going to be able to show your craftsmanship, but it's also going to be a way to us to plant a seed to create the imagery of the lifestyle that we want. And he did it. One of his best records to this day. If you don't know, now you know. Like we would think he was in love with that record. He hated. That was great A&R. Every artist at the top of their pinnacle, every artist we could think of, there was someone, some A&R or producer who / A&R who guided the artist into a record or an expression that they would not have done. That is the magic of a true A&R. Now, just as much as an A&R has that responsibility, the A&R has to have the gift to pull off that responsibility. So that, just to give an example on that, Miss Jackson said, tell the story about Weight of the World. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna pull Weight of the World up, and then I'll talk about Weight of the World. This is a record by me. Actually, this record, I just checked my Apple Music, and this record got over 2,000 plus radio spins. Yeah, this record was a very impactful record. I'm going to play the record, let y'all hear it. This might be your first time checking this record out, and I'm going to give you a little backstory. Ms. Jackson asks about the backstory. So let's check this out. This is Weight of the World.
I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I got to keep focused. I got to keep focused.
I know I'm getting older. The world getting colder. I got to keep going. I got to keep going.
I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I got to keep focused. I got to keep focused.
I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I'm never letting go, but I gotta keep going. No matter what they throwing, I'm in it every moment. Throw it back, get it back. I stay in every motion. Bust the commotion. Oh my Lord, what's my devotion? All I know, gotta keep pushing through the storm. If I crawl, stay strong, stand tall, hands full. That's the way I carry on. Cause the weight of the world's on my shoulders. I gotta keep focused, no matter what they told us. I know I'm getting older, the world getting colder. Gotta keep going. Only thing I'm knowing, I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I gotta keep focused, no matter what they told us. I know I'm getting older, the world getting colder. Gotta keep going, the only thing I'm knowing. This the soul of the unheard, unseen, no words. The struggles of the often awkward, adverse. The parts that we auction, the courses get worse. False in the losses, the courses get cursed. But we keep on finding a way. Make do rather than day. Stay true, 10 toes down. On the move, and we hold it to the moon. Cause the weight of the world's on my shoulders. I gotta keep focused, no matter what they told us. I know I'm getting older, the world getting colder. Gotta keep going, only thing I'm knowing. I got got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I gotta keep focused, no matter what they told us. I know I'm getting older, the world getting colder. Gotta keep going, the only thing I'm knowing.
I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders.
No matter how rough, I'm never breaking down, cause I'm always staying up. Knowing how it sound, I'ma show you how it's done. Pain is for the chosen, I'm accepting how I come. Never will I fold, never shake, never run. I'm built for the cold, the blows, the nose. Every aim hold and the bullets that roam. Standing on my own, head high in my zone, and the whole world knows. Cause the weight of the world's on my shoulders. I gotta keep focused, no matter what they told us. I know I'm getting older, the world getting colder. Gotta keep going, it's the only thing I'm knowing. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I gotta keep focused, no matter what they told us. I know I'm getting older, the world getting colder. Gotta keep going, the only thing I'm knowing.
I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders.
So that right there is Weight of the World. Weight of the World. Golden said that sound like I Know I Can. So the quick backstory of that, right? I get a phone call. He was my business partner at the time. He was working at Republic Records. Sincere. He calls me. He says, yo, the Spider-Man movie is coming out. They got me doing the soundtrack collecting. So he sent me the beat. He sent me the beat. That was the second song that I wrote for the Spider-Man movie. That was for the Spider-Man movie, the animation. There was 2 records. The first one is called I Belong, which is out too. Belong is the first one I wrote, which was a love letter to Brooklyn. I did a lot of metaphoric stuff in that one. I love that one. But he came back to me and he was like, yo, they need an opening song for Spider-Man's fight scene. And I know this was part 2. So I went back and I said, you know what? I'm going to write a rap song as if I'm Spider-Man. So the next time you listen to it, listen to what I'm saying. And I actually wrote it in the perspective that I'm Spider-Man. You know, Miles Morales. I wrote it as if I was Miles Morales. So I wrote the verses to the song and I was stuck on the chorus. And the first line I started with, I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. That was my first opening line. And my kids had friends over and I heard them running around and I called them. I was like, yo, listen, I'm in the studio. You and your friend come down. So my 2 daughters and their friend came down. And I said, y'all gonna go in that booth and y'all gonna say, I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. Y'all gonna say that like a chant. And I couldn't get them all 3 in there because they were giggling and laughing. So I recorded them one by one and I stacked their voices. And I was like, yo, y'all gonna be on this record. So I submitted it back to Republic Records, which they greenlighted. It was like, this is gonna be the song for Spider-Man's opening fight scene. So when I look at the Spider-Man Miles Morales scene where he's fighting and all the Spider-Mans are coming, excuse me, that was the scene. That's why I was like the weight of the world, because the whole world was fighting him, right? What happened was, this part gets me, right? So Metro Boomin, shout out to Metro Boomin. If y'all don't know, Metro Boomin's mother was gunned down. Rest in peace to Metro Boomin's mother. This was months ago. So Republic Records, at their holiday party, Avery Monty, who's the CEO, he was drunk. But during it, he was like, you know what? As a tribute and, you know, for his situation, we gonna give Metro Boomin the album to produce. He's gonna be executive producer of the album. And everybody in the room looked around like, yo, what does that mean? And next meeting, he was like, yo, all the songs that were there, we're gonna scrap those and I'm gonna make a whole new joint. And that's what he did. He scrapped all the songs, which nobody thought he was gonna do. But he scratched all the songs, and that song, there's a video on social media of my song To The Scene, edited for the scene, but it got pulled. That got pulled, and I Belong got pulled. I might end the night with I Belong. That was the first record. It was a love story. It was a love letter to Brooklyn. That's how the A&Rs in the A&R meeting, they requested, like, we want a love letter to Brooklyn. So I wrote it as if I was talking to Brooklyn. I'm from a Brooklyn perspective, but I made it in the song form. But anyway, we're gonna go into Face the Music, excuse me. He goes by Face to Face on Instagram. But Face the Music, this is called Look Demo. Check this out, y'all.
Alright. It's alright. Look, I break my bread with the underdogs. A top dog complex, I can't be under y'all. My thunder stalls, I guess I'm headed for the fall. Since I'm a first day felon, I'm bailing with big balls. The violence calls, and I'm banging them off the walls in they white drawers. You ain't got to wait on no pause, it ain't coming soon. Left all my fucks in the other room. A big mushroom, boom, I serve on public doom. Granted my tomb to the state, it a 1-8, it a one plate that I ate off, brother, you can't fake. Look, crooked or not, you got the shaking on them cookies gon' crumble whether or not you got the cake. Look, I done beat on Nazis like an ape, and I done always been super whether or not I got the cape. Look, up in the sky, is that a bird, is that a plane? Because if so, I'm about to jump off of that and then do my thing. Look, I got the keys to the underworld, under the underground, under the other world. Go on a date with your mother and your brother, girl. Look, I got the keys to the underworld, under the underground, under the other world. Look, I'm steady chunking up the W. A solid rapper committed, and who the fuck are you? Where did you get your style from? It's mad wow, son. The outcome is no anthems on your album. Look, that powder flow is hella talcum, and they got you in the middle like you Malcolm. Trying to fit it in to get it out, some remix it, fit it in to get it out, some. The outcome, I'm out, done. Put it on the pussy. They 69 up in the office building, blowing cookies. The same main bookies with the gang bang rookies. The kids are going stupid in the high rise to it. When the kids around the corner never listen to your music, lose it, lost it like a leak under the faucet. The dripping hella costed, but then we got holocausted, crossed it, chili in the freezer, back frosted, and limbo on some fucking who's the boss shit, Tony. Look, I got the keys to the underworld, under the underground, under the other world. Go on a date with your mother and your brother, girl. Look, I got the keys to the underworld, under the underground, under the other world. Go on a date with your mother and your brother, girl. Look, I got the keys to the underworld, under the underground, under the other world. Go on a date with your mother and your brother, girl. Look, I got the keys to the underworld, under the underground, under the other world. Go on a date with your mother and your brother, girl. Look.
That right there was Face the Music. Shout out to Face the Music. That right there made me want to like put some creases and khakis. Yeah, I know I'm very well versed. I could throw some creases, some khakis. You know what I'm saying? Throw on a nice lumberjack, preferably white and black. I don't want no misconceptions or no affiliations. Keep it clean, y'all. Keep it clean. But shout out to Face the Music on that one. Alright, we coming to the end of the night, y'all. Bosco, you said you sent something, Bosco? Cause I didn't get that. I didn't get anything from Bosco, but we did get to vibe out on his 2 records that the people were most definitely feeling. Alright, we coming to the end of the night, y'all. I'm gonna pull up this record real quick and shout out everybody that's been on who submitted music tonight. Those that are listening on the MJMG Present app, Apple TV, Google TV, and all the other TVs. I want to tell y'all, keep creative. Whenever you're in these platforms, these platforms like this, networking, if you got something going on, most definitely put it in y'all chats. Don't be fearful to sound redundant, because what they say, the loudest wheel gets the oil. And that phrase, most definitely do that, y'all. Not just here, not just anywhere you are as a creative. Make sure you're heard. And if you don't want to be heard, make sure you're seen. Find ways to get that exposure, man, because the art is a beautiful thing, and there's always someone. No matter what you do, I could yodel right now, right? And half y'all probably laugh and call me trash, but there is going to be a demographic of people who be like, damn, that boy killing it. That boy doing his thing. I need that. So no matter what you're doing, y'all, there is a place for it. A lot of times we be looking in the wrong places to put it. That's different. But there's always a place for it. So whatever it is you do, however it is you do it, create, put it out, find those places. And if you can't find those places, find people who will walk with you along the time frame to put it in places to try to help you find it. Shout out to everybody. I want to send a big shout out to my whole SMG camp. I want to send out a big shout out to Golden 562 on her August Fest performance and all the preparation that she's been doing on that. I want to send another shout out to Bosco for dropping that Concrete Success joint that we've been waiting for some time. So glad to see that's out. And shout out to everybody else who dropped music, got stuff out and promoting it. All right, y'all. There's one last question. And I love this question. This question is from Too Fat, Too Thick. You can't make that up. Too Fat, Too Thick asked, is an independent artist better off than a major signed artist? That's the question. Is an independent artist better off than a major, I think it's supposed to be a slash signed artist? And that answer is no or yes. One thing I want to say to all of us, right? Or that's one right now. Don't and please stop thinking independency is an option. Being an independent artist is not an option. It's a starting place. Every artist, whether they're signed or on, started from independency. That's first and foremost. We have to stop getting the concept of independency as an option. The reason why I say we got to stop getting independency as an option, because we automatically adopting the pitfalls as if it's something that we got a badge of honor. No, this is the trial. This is the training. This is the road that we have to take. So the hardships of family not supporting you and fans not listening and people not giving you a chance and companies want to pay for play and the shows ain't working right. That is not an option of your struggle. That is the road we all have to take. But when we keep thinking of independency as a choice, those things that come with it, we acceptable to them. We don't push as hard as we don't because we think we made that decision. No, we're placed on that road that we gotta walk through. All of us. I don't care if you're Drake, Eminem, or Little Doodle down the block with MC Booger. All of us. So that's first and foremost. Get independency out like it's a choice. It's the start. It's the start. Now, what you do with this start could be a beautiful thing. You could be in a better place. You could be. But I'm going to ask y'all this. This is something, and this is for the chat. I'm going to keep it. This is just me keeping real. This is me just keeping it real. Name me the ratio of independent artists that you know that feel they're well better off than the amount of artists that are on. I'll wait. Someone tell me the ratio. Someone. Now the concept, and I'm just keeping it real, and I'm not saying you can't blow. I'm not saying you can't blow being an independent artist. I'm not saying you can't be successful being an independent artist, and I'm not saying you can't be well off. But we got this misconception that the vices that the industry have, or the vices that places have, that supersede into the machine, right? We have this concept that, you know, me being independent, I weeded and I evaded all that. No, we got Spotify, we got Apple, we got SoundCloud, we got 100 bot apps, we got 100 things that are attacking our pockets, hurting us on our marketing and promo. We got tons of vultures and animals and sites tearing at us as independent artists. And because we think, oh, I don't owe a budget, it's non-recoupable, I own my masters, all that, just because you talk that, we think the typical concept of independency is now. I'm not pro industry and I'm not pro indie. I'm pro business, just to clear that up. So what I'm saying is, yes, independency could be a great place for you to own, do a lot more freely, a lot of creativity, but you best believe it's hard. There's a trade-off in anything. And then there's some artists who being signed is the best thing for them because independently they didn't have it and they couldn't create. And they have a machine. So he said, come on, preach that. I'm just saying, to be honest, and I'm speaking as an independent artist and an independent record label. I'm speaking as an individual who also worked with the majors. There's a place for it all, and we have to find our place. But trust and believe, independence, and I can't stress it enough, is a starting place. It's a journey. Independence is a journey. It's not a choice, y'all. We think, yo, I'm independent. I bet you is. We all independent in this motherfucker. Right? Until you get a deal, we all independent in this motherfucker. Like, that's not a special thing. But we make the hardship like a badge. And when we do that, when we make the hardship as a badge, you don't grow out of it. I know I'm on a rant, right? But you take somebody who's like had a hardship in the street, and you crazy? Like we hear this a lot. You crazy? I eat mayonnaise sandwiches. I did. You hear this praise. You hear this praise, and not to take nothing from nobody who had a mayonnaise sandwich, right? You hear this praise, but a lot of people who get stuck into that hardship and they take ownership in that road, they kind of get. It's not really a big leap when they take the pride to say, yo, what? You crazy? You ain't live like me? No, motherfucker. Nobody want to live like that, bro. So when we looking at independence, y'all, it could be a better place. It could be a better place. But like Golden said, it's like a 5% ratio to how many independent artists are successful. And then right now, I'm going to test the chat before I go into this next one. I'm going to test the chat real quick. Name me an independent artist that's blowing right now in the chat, because half of them that we think is independent really not independent. Before I go into the night, he said mayonnaise sandwich ain't terrible. they not terrible. They not terrible. But to hold the claim to a mayonnaise sandwich as you ain't been through it, like to take ownership into that is almost a pride. And we take pride into being independent. When it's a road, it's a struggle, we take pride. Yo, I'm independent. That's like somebody saying, yo, man, I'm going through hardship. Yo, I'm in unemployment. Yo, I'm trying to find a job, B. Like, it's a road. And I'm not saying don't take the pride in your journey in the road, but don't take the title. It's a fight. When I say, yo, I'm an independent record label, I'm basically saying, fuck you record labels. I'm walking through the mud, and whoever want to walk through the mud with me, we throwing mud grafts. You know what I'm saying? We throwing mud grafts. I said mug. I saw him say graph. He said Neef. So we got some. We said Neef Bucks. We got graph. Okay, yeah, graph. But graph situation was a little different. He independent coming out of 17 different major deals. So that's a little different. But he is independent. But do you know how much he get? Do you know? It looks great. Things look amazing. And I'm not taking enough from Graph. I got Graph's number. I actually was the one trying to sign Graph to Mass Appeal Records. I'm the one who did the A&R meeting for Graph in Mass Appeal Records. And I also was trying to get him signed to Nuovo Records. You know what I'm saying? So he said Neef Books, the hoodies. Okay. Y'all getting some good names. Y'all getting some good names. And those are most definitely good artists to base off independency. But even if you take every artist on it, Russ, I'm about to run off this set. Russ. Yeah, so YouTube says, nah, me and Russ, I got a big thing with Russ, man. Russ feeding that independency. He marketing to us as independent artists, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm seeing some good name, Oliver. And I'm seeing some really good names. And these names do create a good independency, right? Now, I'm gonna ask everybody with all these names, with their distributors and the people go around them, how much of their distribution is independent, how much of their management is independent, how much, and what I mean by that, take Russ. The reason why I got a problem with Russ, and not even a problem, he talks a lot about how he's independent, not stressing that his manager is the hedge fund guy who gave Universal the money, or Sony the money. He gave Sony the money. So when he says stuff like, I skip the middleman and I go to radio, you do know it costs about 15 to 30K to do what he did on the radio. So how did you get the 15K? So don't just talk about independency in the total aspect of grind when you had the billionaire. Then you had Sony backing you, so then you really wasn't independent. You know what I'm saying? You really not really said the Bay Area fell for that Russ. Yeah, they did. Your Big Ace was good. They did. They fell really bad for that. And what my man, that's right, he said deep dive and okay. And the reason why I ask people to pick out independent artists that are being successful, one of the only true independent artists that, when I say successful, I'm talking about the millionaire status, is Tech N9ne. Tech N9ne really did the independency from even opening up his own warehouse. When I say no major backing, no strength or nothing, straight from the dirt with no tags or ties to anything, was Tech N9ne. And he's not the only one, but in rap, Tech N9ne was a millionaire. There's a lot of people, and the reason why I'm saying that is because it's possible, but a lot of people look like a millionaire and they're not really a millionaire, but they still making it work independent. And I'm not trying to say that's a bad thing, but don't we as independent artists don't get caught by the marketing of it, because it looks cool now to say, yo, I did it independently, and then give you half advice. Like Russ gives you half advice. I love what he's doing, but he gives you half advice, y'all, and I can't stand it. He has a better story to say, yo, a billionaire found me on Instagram and said he could help me. I mean, on SoundCloud, and said he could help me. He invested some money in me. He's connected to the majors. That's a better story to me. That's enlightening to say, like, yo, you could find that on SoundCloud. That's a better story. Yo, listen, I got found and someone invested in me. Don't exclude the money, don't exclude anything, and then tell people, yo, you gotta drop a song every week. Yeah, every week, but you had $5,000 every record to market it, to get it to where it needed to do. Don't skip that part. You got motherfuckers out here going to studios, spending money, buying beats, doing this, dropping everything, talking about, yo, I'm following the market, when you leading them blind because you looking at it as a marketing strategy for your demographic, because that's his demographic. The independent artist is his demographic, and I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him, but don't play with the creativity. When you start playing with the creativity, man, you play with my intelligence. I don't like it. So that's my rant for the day, y'all. Be careful. And is being independent better than being in a major? It can be. But just because you are independent, don't think you made that decision. You have to be. Now, what you do with what you have to, what you do with that is on you. But just do believe you ain't make that decision. Because if you wanted to make a decision, you would have went major. 90% of us would have took that check. Just saying. But I'm independent. I got my own reasons. I like creativity and like building. And I learned a lot from the labels. Anyway, shout out to everybody who submitted. It was some dope music. Really good questions. I love the interactions. I love the building, man. If there is any questions on anything that I said, please feel free to drop that in before I shut the night down. Dr. Phil at his best tonight. The invoice, $200 an hour. Yo, that's lowballing, $200 an hour. Man, I charge Instagram much more than that. Everyone likes a check. Yeah, everyone likes a check. DJ Sam said, good gems as always. Much love, y'all. Much love. Yeah, be very careful on, what you're marketing. And speaking of marketing, before I go, I just felt this would be a good way to close the night, right? When we're looking at the outlines of things we like I hear artists say, yo, I'm going to do the Future thing, or I'm going to do the Russ thing, or, yo, I'm going to do what Cash Money did. And when we look at those things and we emulate our marketing to someone else's experience, be mindful that you're marketing to a market that caught you. A lot of times we see something and we like the way it works, not realizing that's a marketing that caught us. You know what I'm saying? And if you want a quick one-on-one on what marketing is, just scream in a crowded room. Whoever looks back and you say, hey, I got hot dogs. 10 people turn around, only 5 stood there. You found your market. That's 5. So we get caught in a lot of marketing, and then we start marketing in what we caught. So the only true person that we fulfilling in our marketing is ourselves, because we marketing to some shit that caught us. So be careful what you're looking at to market it against, because you just be marketing to something that caught you, which could keep you in the loop. That's enough of my preaching for tonight. I gave away some gems. That's it. We're going to close it out where we belong. This record was the first song for the Spider-Man movie. This was the love song. It was a love letter to Brooklyn. Noah says sometimes being independent, like being ugly, is like being ugly and single. It's not always your choice. When you're independent, not always your choice to be single. Ooh, my man took us. I was about to say church, but he took us. I don't want to say the barn either. I was trying to do a country analogy. Bear with me. I'll work on that one for you, Noah. But I like what he says, man. It's still not always your choice to be single. And I like that phrase on that. That right there was super dope. That right there was super dope. And that's in a nutshell of what it is. It's a start, but it don't mean you gotta stay there. Just because you didn't choose to be independent, don't mean you have to stay there. I love that. I love that right there. Go ahead, Noah. Noah add into the chat. Noah was a quiet storm for a few weeks. I saw that in the chat. I was like, yo, who Noah? He in there. I had to go check his page out. And Miss Jackson was like, yo, that's my homie. That's my homie. I started checking out his music, and then today we got to play one. So shout out to Noah for coming on. Shout out to everybody that's always been here on the regular. Much love. If you know it, man, just keep creative. But I'm going to leave y'all with my saying. Know your boundaries. Push your boundaries and break some boundaries. Consistency is the key, but proficiency is the doorway. Don't keep doing something that don't make sense, because it won't make sense. And it damn sure won't make sense. Alright, this is We Belong. This was the first song I wrote for the Spider-Man movie. It's a love letter to Brooklyn. There's a lot of metaphors in the first verse. It might go over a lot of y'all head, but I love it. Check it out. This is We Belong, man. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for rocking out with the A&R Desk. See y'all next Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. See what we got going on that day. So check this out, y'all. Have a good one.
This is the A&R Desk with Spot Brooklyn.
I'm from the city of dreams, the borough of hope, the land of the wish field. We move through slopes, and the parks go whisper for legends unseen. They do or die, or some live in between. That's the heights of bloodlines that run through Brooklyn. The point is, get to the green, avoid bookings. Stack green, build forts, and keep looking. Stay at bay through the ridges and keep jugging. My auntie burning wicks for good luck. In the bushes, the weeds grow heights. The crowns we wear crooked. Summers bring heat, red hot, the cops looking. But sunsets bring us to parks, we all cooking. I love this vibe, humble to the